And butthole.
Yeah, I got you saying and butthole.
Oh, nice. What a great way to start out the podcast with out of context and my butthole.
So Drew's on his way to a tummy ache.
Mm-hmm.
That's how he's decided to spend his evening. Mm-hmm. This is our second of 7 podcasts recording today. We're doing the entire winter and spring 2024 in one night because we are nothing if not efficient.
Mm-hmm.
And Drew has decided to go for Cool Ranch Doritos and Reese's cups with the more Reese's in it.
Correct.
Peanut butter on peanut butter on peanut butter. And that's everything. Oh, and what? And a Gatorade energy drink? Where are we at?
No, my fruit punch monster is gone.
Yep.
I have a slightly partially drank green apple Gatorade.
Great.
And I got water. It's just not really empty.
It's just a low priority.
Yeah.
I'm out of water and I'm going only Gatorade.
And then as soon as we finish this and you leave, I'm going to go lay in my bed and hold my tummy while I moan.
Oh.
Yeah. I really should have eaten actual dinner.
Oh.
And instead I needed energy to get through this piece of shit. By piece of shit, I mean my life and living. Continuing to live.
I figured. Yeah, so that should go well. What's today? January
29th.
41st. The 8th? Yeah.
Uh-huh.
What's in the news? It's the fucking 8th. Don't question me.
Trump is president again.
Oh.
An early vote.
Well, they did it on January 6th.
Yep.
They reinstated they followed through on their original plan of hanging the vice president. Somehow they found Kamala Harris, which is the most shocking part of the story. And yeah, and there was a successful coup, and Trump has been reinstated as the 45th and final president.
I don't necessarily feel like we should have.
No, I know.
In the part.
I know.
3 minutes into the podcast.
Yeah. After I said it, I knew, but I don't know, man. I'm just trying to fucking live my life over here. And I didn't say we should do it. I'm saying it happened on January 6th. You're allowed to report the news. This is the news.
Yeah, that's true. It is the news. Welcome to the news, everybody.
How's everyone doing?
How is everyone handling the news that Scott just broke?
The news that I just broke from 2 days ago. Man, Saturday was crazy.
Crazy.
Any new deaths for us in Drew's obituary corner?
Ooh.
Who died between January 1st and 8th, 2024?
Kevin Jonas. The worst Jonas brother.
Okay. Accidental self-inflicted gunshot wound to the head.
Yep. Was cleaning his gun and it went off.
Look, since this episode isn't getting monetized, I'm gonna posit you some questions that I've been struggling with. Because on this episode, we'll be discussing Series 1, not Season 1, because it's British. If you could have heard Drew's eye roll of the British series Utopia, courtesy of Olivia, I have really been struggling with what to title this episode because I have a lot of options on my plate. Number 1, Utopia, because that's the show we're doing.
Yeah.
Number 2,
Guytopia.
what was your terrible one for A View to a Kill? A View to Guys?
Something like that.
Yeah, that one didn't make it off the factory line. Number 2, Zootopia. Obvious reasons. But I feel like that's confusing because there is a property that exists called Zootopia, and we're not doing
unless you spell it Z-Utopia. Like it's spelled Z-O-O.
That's a finalist.
Zootopia.
That's an option. Number 3, Utopia.
You really gotta calm down on the Jew slurs at the beginning.
They're not slurs. Look, it's not my fault.
It's the cadence in which you are saying.
It's not my fault that the technical word and the slur are the same word.
I guess that's true. Breaking news, The Rock came back on Raw. Anyways.
Oh, really?
Yep.
I hope he takes Cody's spot.
He's gonna.
That's awesome. So yeah, what do we think about Utopia? What do you think about me saying it a few more times?
What was that again? I missed it.
Pardon me, one more time?
One more time?
So there's that. And then wild card, just blue skying it, Fruitopia. You know what? That got the best reaction. That's what I'm calling it.
Okay.
We're also... Look, multiple meanings because we're a many layered podcast. We're an onion you have to peel.
Yep.
We're clearly a queer friendly podcast, and also we love Strawberry Passion Awareness. That's a good one. Tangerine Dream.
Yep.
You know what? That one always seemed like a good one because I like tangerine.
Yep.
But I would drink a quarter of it.
Yep.
And be very much done with it. Fruit integration, that was one. How many 20-year-old Fruitopia flavors can I name off the top of my head? There was probably a strawberry kiwi of some... No, but could there also be a strawberry kiwi and a strawberry passion? Probably not. What else we got? What's in the mix?
They
never ventured into iced tea, did they? I'm just thinking of Snapple.
They might have.
Fruitopia flavors. This is the rest of the podcast. Well, now I feel good.
People like that, though. People like when we remember TV shows.
They do like it when we remember stuff.
Or the names of fruits or whatever that we...
There was, in fact, a kiwi berry ruckus, which I do not remember that one.
Okay.
Also, it wasn't...
Kiwi berry Tony Brony.
Also, it wasn't Tangerine Dream because that's the name of another IP. Tangerine Wavelength. So pardon me on that one. There was an orange. Okay, this is why you idiots only have one fucking flavor left, and it's only at McDonald's. You had an orange undercurrent and a tangerine wavelength. Orange and tangerine.
Seems like a lot.
Raspberry Psychic Lemonade. I do remember that one, and it was good. Beachside Blast Fruit doesn't fucking mean anything.
Nope.
And also, there's a fruit integration. That was Fruit Punch. I don't know what this Beachside Blast business was. Blueberry Watermelon Wisdom rings a bit of a bell, and that's it. And all of these were discontinued in 2003, literally over 20 years ago. So this has been the Fruitopia podcast. Drew needs to go lie down, hold his stomach, and moan. But no, you're not moaning yet because
it'll get there.
Yeah.
Right now we're fine.
Now you're great.
We're fine.
You're maybe the best I've ever seen you.
I don't know if that's true, but
what is the best I've ever seen you?
When I was manically working out and not eating to face Jeff Cobb the first time, and I slimmed down to 180 pounds.
What do you know, like 184?
183.
You'll knock off that last three.
212, 210.
Yeah, down from 258 a month ago.
Because I got to get down to junior weight so I can go challenge in New Japan.
That's right. So,
The Rock came back to tell everybody that he would like to sit at the head of the table.
Oh, they're doing it.
I guess they're doing it.
That's great.
Guess they're doing it.
Eat shit, Cody Rhodes.
Yep. Go finish your story somewhere else, loser.
Go finish another story.
Dad's dead. Get over your dead dad.
Get over your dead dad. We said no wrestling talk after
whatever,
week, but also
they can get over it.
The Rock came back to ruin a guy's day that we don't really like, so
that's true.
We're gonna talk about it.
That's true.
Good stuff. So how's your week been?
I'm definitely not sick anymore.
You sure?
Definitely not still sick from months ago.
I think
No, it's just this lingering dry cough that sometimes like I just feel like there's something in my throat and then I cough, but there's nothing.
yeah,
And
an
like
unproductive cough.
yeah, and sometimes I have like a little frog in my throat and then it goes away and I'm fine. And then an hour later I'll be like laying on the couch and then I'm just like so I don't know what's happening.
I did have a minor fit when I was in the bathroom.
I think it's AIDS.
That could be.
I think I got feline AIDS from another feline. I don't know which one though. Possibly the only one I spend any time.
I wish you weren't making
around.
so much eye contact with me right now. And joke's on you. I never got tested, so I don't know if I'm paused up.
I just assume that every cat that I'm in contact with has feline AIDS.
That is how you should approach it.
That way I don't have to tell them about my feline AIDS.
Yes!
Thank you, Mr. Jesselnick.
Utopia next week. We're done.
11 minutes? I'm fine with that. Yeah. He was really good.
He was fantastic.
He was really good.
Yeah.
There's always, you go to see comedians you really like and you're really concerned that they're just not going to have good new material. His was pretty great.
Yeah.
His was pretty great.
Oh, he rocks. He's the best. What else is going on?
What's in the news? What are we hearing? What's the...
News me.
I don't know. You want me to try?
Who's your favorite?
Do you want me to manically try and find Twitter creep of the week?
Use your New York Times subscription that you got for Christmas, and find us some news.
I saw a very funny post that was Von Erich brother pushes back against Iron Claw's depiction of his father, and somebody captioned it, "I wonder which brother."
I was when you said that, I was about to say that actually. I'm like, wait, I think that's probably the joke.
Yeah.
So for once in my life, I won't step on someone else's joke. That's really funny.
Yeah.
Any y'all out there seen Iron Claw? I'm assuming it's out of theaters by now because it's not a giant moneymaker, but like reviews are all good. Like we should.
Yeah. I think it's actually getting a little bit of like talk, but I think it's too niche to get any Oscar noms probably.
Yeah. Everyone said Fritz did a really good job. Mm-hmm. And everyone also said that Ric Flair did the worst job.
I've heard that, yeah. And the actor, I think, actually apologized for how bad his Ric Flair was.
Then if you are self-aware enough to apologize,
yep, I don't know.
Why aren't you
better at acting?
Good enough to do it better?
I really don't know.
That's strange. Yeah, because I heard Meltzer talking about it, and he was like, like when me and all my friends were younger, and like, everyone did Ric Flair. Every one of my friends and me did better Ric Flairs than the guy who did this in this nationally released A24 movie.
Yeah, I mean, I'm honestly sure that a lot of it was probably like, don't overshadow. Like, this isn't the Ric Flair movie.
Yeah.
So I'm sure some of it was like, tone it down a little. But then it was to the point where if he hadn't actively said his name was Nature Boy Ric Flair,
you wouldn't even
you
know.
would just think he's some Texas jobber who's just in the movie. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I assume that his scene is because a friend of the show, James Starbucks, said the movie's really good, but there's one short bit that will infuriate you beyond belief, and then you can get back to enjoying the movie. And I'm pretty sure it's Ric Flair, but I'm not.
Okay, yeah, I mean that would make sense.
Yeah, so I'll be interested to see. I also like that Zac Efron got too jacked. For the guy he was playing.
Yeah, he was as jacked as Carrie.
He got Carrie jacked, but he's playing Kevin.
Yes,
huge mistake. And Carrie was 5'6".
Yes, yeah,
and not jacked enough.
Jacked enough. Yeah.
So interesting choices all around, but I still do want to see it. I think it's cool that there is now, I guess, a second movie about wrestling that's actually critically regarded well.
Yeah.
So that's cool.
And then noted always truth teller Chavo Guerrero Jr.
Yes.
Who is he's the wrestling consultant on everything that is wrestling.
Yeah.
Heels, that Young Rock,
Glow.
Like he's the wrestling consultant guy, and he after the fact was like, they
loved me so much
that they want to do a story about my family, and they're like, why? Like, what's so interesting about your family?
Like
your uncle accidentally died too young.
Yeah,
like that's
the end. And you have a bunch of other uncles who were...
Your uncle was the gobbledygooker.
Who were well known territorially.
Yeah.
The end.
Yeah. Right? Like, that's
I assume he's lying?
I don't know. He might be, but he might also just be, like, hopeful that if he... Or, like, maybe he had a conversation with somebody, or he pushed the idea, or I don't know.
I could see just someone at A24 saying, like, you know, on like when they're rapping on like the last day of shooting, like, hey, maybe we could do like a Guerrero's movie someday. And then Chavo took it. We're doing.
They said we're doing
a multi-million-dollar budget Guerrero's movie. It's happening. It's set. I'm the star.
I'm playing my uncle and my grandfather and my dad.
I'm doing
not Mondo. Not that fat fuck Mondo.
Never Mondo. But otherwise, yes, I'm doing the Clumps.
Chavo Guerrero is the Guerreros. I thought I had maybe found a creep.
Oh, I love a creep.
But it's not led me the direction I wanted it to lead me.
Is it poo again?
It is not poo.
It's always poo.
It is not poo. It is the secret
world of area.
It is the secret Telegram chat where we just talk about beast stuff.
Don't like that either.
It led me to a link of somebody posting.
Do you know how disgusting your chat has to be to start a secret Telegram chat?
Or how
Telegram is already the most heavily encrypted messenger app in the world.
Or how fucked up your brain has to be to be like, I'm going to just start a private chat for beast stuff. So somebody posted a clip from...
for those less in the know, that's, of course, porn with Kelsey Grammer in it. Beast stuff.
Or Nicholas Hoult.
No.
Oh, okay.
Always Kelsey.
So somebody posted a link to like a 70s French porno.
Nice.
Where a girl is having sex with like a guy in a costume with a fake dick. Is
that a horse dick?
Well, it's a fake horse dick.
Yeah, but it's the shape of a horse.
I think
not that I know what the shapes of animal penises look like.
So it's a guy in a suit who I think is supposed to be a bear, maybe,
but with a horse penis.
Because in everybody's mind,
can we get a fucking zoom out so I can see the goddamn suit? All I've seen is penis.
I don't know how much you see. I think. Then there's a very
what is French?
Tasteful shot of a lake, and then a very tasteful shot of fake cum being blown all over boobs.
Yeah.
And then so
that's not a horse hand.
It's not a horse hand
at all.
Then a shoe.
Sure. This is artful.
Then a bra in the bushes. Then a foot job. then back to the bushes. Then more foot job. Of a fake monster penis.
Yeah.
This isn't even the creep, by the way. This is just regular. This is art.
This is just fun.
This is art. I would buy this on Blu-ray and display it on my collection.
Would it go with the trifecta?
Well, it depends. Yeah, of course. Well, it would become a quadfecta. So this there you go. It's like, I don't know, a beaver.
It looked like a fucking beaver.
Beaver bear. Something.
There's a beaver with a horse penis?
There's a slug climbing out of a shoe. Might be a wolf, actually.
Now it's kind of one shot definitely looked beaver.
But it came so much that it's dead. It's bleeding out of its nose and mouth. Anyway,
I did that once.
Well, not out of your nose and mouth, you freak.
No, I meant I came so much I died.
I would retweet that so everybody could see it, but I don't want that in my... Anyways.
Secret Twitter.
So the first person after, like, under that video... literally just posted a video of a horse coming in a girl.
Oh dear.
Just right. The first comment is a horse buckling under the fact that it is coming so hard inside of a woman.
It's got like the shaky legs.
Yep. And then just it pops out.
Oh.
And then just like, okay, and we're good. And just wait for it. It's coming. It's a couple more seconds. And then it's just gonna. Anyways, so I'm like, okay, this
YouTube's not gonna pay us for this episode.
We're 20 minutes in. We're fine. And so I was like, okay, this guy for sure is going to be a creep. He's going to have something going on.
Based on what I've seen so far, yes, I would agree.
So I went to his site.
If I told you I was a beast guy, you would agree.
I mean, he's definitely a beast guy. It's Epic Fortnite is his name.
That's funny.
It's at bot sit o king.
Okay.
Joined February 2023.
Big year.
It's been a year.
Coming up on the anniversary.
So I was like, okay, maybe. So I look at his posts. I'm like, oh, okay, he's reposting just like regular porn.
Okay.
I was like, where's all the beast stuff, dude? Like,
come on, dude.
We know you got it.
Don't hold out.
Then there's a bunch of just like animated porn. Then there's so it's all just straight man on woman porn.
Boo.
Right? So I'm like, well, how do you got the beast stuff, but you're not sharing the beast stuff?
Agree.
So
great question.
So these are all him reposting things. So then I was like, okay, what's the media that he's posted? None.
Yeah.
Oops, I accidentally followed him. I'm going to unfollow him. So I went to his likes.
Mm-hmm.
And the very first like he had.
Oh.
So first, he posted a picture of a girl making out with her dog. Just full on open mouth making out with her dog in public.
Yeah. I mean, she's a white woman.
Followed by a picture of her red rocketing the dog.
Oh, that's worse.
Then doing other stuff to the dog. And that, my friend, is where the Twitter creep of the week comes. His likes are the creep.
It's not
the posts are reposting. No, look, I'm into human on human heterosexual.
Look at all this boy girl regular porn.
It's a real Dan not realizing that your likes are public.
I hope all of you listening have the gift of one friend who doesn't know that their Twitter likes are public.
Yeah. So it's bestiality porn. He's obviously Spanish of some kind of South or Central American.
I'm gonna say Honduras. What's your pick?
Mexico, because there's a picture of Mexico in one of the things.
It's probably Mexico. I'm changing my answer to Mexico.
Yeah, so
no, you can't pick it. No copy.
Just like porn, bestiality porn, all the way until it gets down a little bit, and then he's posting like political pundits in his country, making like posts about, I don't know, political shit. And then it just becomes that for a while.
Okay.
Then it becomes Barcelona soccer.
Sure.
And then
he goes in waves.
And then back to beast stuff. So this guy knows what's up. He knows what he likes.
Yeah.
He likes to be political.
Yeah.
He likes Barcelona.
Who doesn't?
And he likes it when horses come in women. And he's not afraid to share it.
Nope. So shouts out
to Epic Fortnite at BOTSITOKING. He's got a lot of followers because it's probably people that want more beast stuff.
What kind of numbers is he doing?
He's following 63 people.
Okay.
All porn. Literally all porn. A lot of zoo porn. Just a lot of porn.
Yeah.
Followers, he's got 3,000, which is pretty good. But again,
great ratio.
It's just people following him for the beast stuff.
100%.
Yeah.
And soccer fans.
For his rare retweets of soccer.
They like Barcelona.
They're like, oh yeah, okay. There's another dog dick going into a girl's mouth.
Horse porn.
But
Hey.
oh, an update on the game. Perfect. That's exactly what I wanted. I don't want to have to go look at Barcelona's Twitter page.
What's that?
I want to see what this guy's got to say about
Another
it.
0-0 tie.
Oh, there is so much zoo porn on this guy's page.
I like how you got here pretty quick. This is a pretty nice on the spot creep of the week.
I just picked somebody who is in my feed that does animal or furry art.
Yeah.
And then just down the train. You don't even have to think about it.
I kind of want to try it myself now.
I'm sure you're gonna find some good stuff.
I bet you're right.
But you know what I find is very funny is there's a lot of times where Twitter will have like a censorship blur over a video.
Yeah.
And so like you'll go through it and you'll be like, oh, like that's a girl fucking a dog, that's a girl fucking a horse. And then the next one will say like, oh, sensitive content, do you want to see? So you click on it and you're like, oh, it's like just a naked woman. And you're like, real choosy about what gets blocked on these things. Man, I don't understand zoo stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, I get furry art if it's like art of your character, I guess.
Yeah.
But what's the appeal?
I don't know. It's just fun to have sexual intercourse where one of the parties is literally incapable of consent.
Scott, I think I can.
You're right to take his glasses off.
I think I can top this guy. I found somebody he's following.
And then
this might be the best episode we've done in a while. And we said that about last week. So this guy is at HuskyOL.
Okay.
And he goes, here's tips how to train your dog not to try to hump your girlfriend in public and in inappropriate places in 4 parts.
Okay.
And then it's got girl's head, dog's head, paw prints, come. Like water, right?
Yeah.
Number 1, allow him to start fucking her only when she is completely naked and in a position that makes her available to him.
That's a good thing to teach.
And then it's got picture of don't do this, do this.
Do this.
Then part 2, another tip. Set a certain place for sex, ideally your bed. Here, you don't want that.
No.
You want this.
Yes.
Part 3, train him to start fucking her only on the command, fuck. Don't do this.
No.
You do this. And part 4, in your bed, your girlfriend should be totally his bitch. She should be totally submissive to him. That's where he's the master of her pussy. Then we'll see the difference between what he can and can't do, and he won't embarrass your girlfriend in front of other people. Now, what's really funny is the artwork is of a dog red rocketing a woman.
Yes.
In the write-up, he censored bitch and pussy.
Come on.
He put a star on the I in bitch and the U in pussy.
Yeah.
So he's very willing to show you.
Yeah.
But he doesn't want you to accidentally read it.
Or he doesn't want to use bad words.
No. But I think this guy's way worse.
That if it was done differently, it would be a fun joke. But this seems very earnest.
This is very real.
Yeah.
He is helping people teach their dogs.
For people who have the problem of dog fucking girlfriends, where the dog doesn't know when to fuck the girlfriend and thinks it's okay to do it all the time, including in public, which of course we're living in a society and that simply won't fly.
Yes. So I apologize to Epic Fortnite or whatever, Husky_OL or at HuskyOL. You are the Twitter creep of the week.
An emergency apology to bots and
like just some of the other like when I see a girl with a narrow waist, I always think how comfortable a male dog would be holding her with his front paws. Love face, Pause. He will have 5 points of support and will be successful in breeding his bitch. But of course, breeding and bitch are censored.
Obviously, yeah.
Girl face, heart, dog, 4 paws, and of course, a knot in her jalapeno or hot pepper, tomato squirt. and then just pictures of girls, like naked girls, and then art of dogs. Yeah, this is gonna be the whole episode if I don't turn my fucking phone off. But you were gonna see if you could find one.
Yeah, so I've got my starting point. I just scrolled through a bitch. Oh, through. I meant to say scrolled through a bit.
With a star in it, so you don't know it's a bad word.
I scrolled through a bit, not a bitch. Pardon me. I hate to use blue language on the podcast. So I've got my starting off point. So I've got a very well drawn monochromatic, classy.
Okay.
New Year's celebration picture that, of course, says "Happy Nude Deer," which is a giant, in fact, nude deer towering over a cityscape with a penis so long it extends out of frame. So here's our starting point. So I'm gonna
hold on. Let me get my glasses back.
Let's do some science here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
So,
gotcha.
Choose your own adventure. Do you want me to go with the artist or the person who retweeted it?
Ooh.
Could I have asked you a more exciting question just now?
That is a pretty exciting question.
Possibly the most exciting question I could have asked right now.
I think the retweeter. Because the artist is an artist who's doing a commission.
Maybe.
Or maybe, right?
Or it could have been just for me.
Could be.
Maybe it's a one for them, one for me.
But the person retweeting it was clearly looking for it.
Correct.
So I think they're the more interesting dive.
I like that. I like that
we're doing an R.L. Stein's Choose Your Own Adventure style.
It's very exciting.
But with furry porn art.
Yeah. So now I'm at the retweeter.
Okay.
Where can we go from here? They appear to just mostly retweet furry porn.
Okay.
They are following me. I guess that's why I saw their retweet. So that's all good. Their description, 27 likes cats. Good start. Also retweeting mostly gay buff dudes. Please follow the artist if you like their work. Smiley face with hands out. 18 plus, please. So, should I find another fun... Oh!
Yeah! I like it.
No, I don't like it. It's... You know what? I don't like it when furries post human porn.
That's what you're disgusted by?
Yeah. I just wasn't ready. It's like a guy in a collared shirt and khakis, just with the back of his pants pulled down, just riding a dildo. I didn't like it, although it does. Oh, that explains the wardrobe. Trying to ace the day interview. Would you hire me? No, I don't like that. So, should I just find another picture, or should I find should I go with their follows? What do you like? I mean, I found a tiger with the big penis.
I mean, that's everywhere. You could just look in the mirror.
There's this guy. He's doing good.
Yeah, he's doing great. Maybe this is me being very naive about the world we live in, especially the world you and I sex live in. I didn't realize there would be as much actual bestiality porn on Twitter.
Just hanging out on Twitter.
I really didn't. I thought,
I
obviously art, clearly,
sure,
of course, but like actual videos
like
of women banging their dogs, like, and it's just everywhere.
Illegal in a lot of places.
Yeah.
That is.
I really did not think that was a thing.
Maybe Elon's doing a good job after all.
I guess. So, but I think even crazier to how much actual real bestiality porn there is how many followers those accounts have. Like, there are so many more people that are into that stuff than you even realize.
Might think. Yeah.
Here is a very, very mentally ill woman who has a lot of fucking followers. She must be a popular woman in the
community,
in the trades. She literally, in her profile and in her pictures, is claims that she is legally married to her dog.
Oh, I love what I'm hearing.
And her dog have a dog.
Now, when you say her and her dog have a dog, just her and her dog co-own a pet dog, or she had a dog offspring with her dog?
I wish it was the second one.
Yeah.
Because then science found a way. No, I think her...
You're good.
I think her and her dog are legally married.
Mm-hmm.
And they
have a pet dog.
A pet dog.
Yeah. I like that for her and for the dog.
And now, here's a series of pictures that are very fun to reveal to you live on air.
Okay, dope.
So, first of all, if I was to ask you what skin tone this woman who's married to and likes to fuck a dog is, only one guess.
If obviously could be any.
Mm-hmm.
Equal chances across the board. If I had to throw one out there, I don't know. I'm gonna flip a 12-sided die in my head. Caucasian.
Now, would this Caucasian woman hypothetically have dreadlocks all the way down to her butt?
I mean, if I had to say, then yes.
So, reveal.
We did it.
Here's the first picture, right?
Yep.
Hugging her husband dog.
Yep.
Second one is hugging her dog again, but the dog's looking at the camera.
Mm-hmm.
Third one is just her butt.
That's an insane butt.
Look at his butt. I think it's also helped by the pants. And then just...
Oh, no! That is...
all in one post. Like, those are the 3 pictures she decided to post.
I have... and I'm actually pleased to say this. I have never seen that graphic a picture of real life animal. I've seen...
right?
I've seen it in art.
Yeah.
Like that... I don't know if I'm wording this correctly, but that should be art and not a photograph.
Yeah.
I didn't love that photograph. I see it every day.
See, like,
in drawn
like
form.
this. You're like, yeah.
Yes, sure.
That's
Cruella de Vil and Pongo.
Banging. Perfectly fine.
Yeah.
Not that other picture. Just...
oh, Jesus Christ.
I didn't know. I just didn't know. Oh, there you go. She's just,
this is...
who cares if people find out about my love of dog dick? I am a white woman.
She said that?
No.
I like, you know what? I appreciate a bit of self-awareness. Those are the 2 most graphic pictures of dog dicks I've ever seen.
Right?
And I hope it stays that way forever.
Nope.
No.
Nope.
Here's what I will say.
Oh, just stop. Every picture is dog dick.
Please. Here's what I will say.
She loves dog dick.
The artists are nailing it. That looks just like the art.
Yeah.
I don't know if I assumed people were taking some like artistic liberties or everyone's doing their own spin on an anthropomorphized drawn version of a dog penis.
Yep.
But they're drawing very photorealistic dog penises.
Yeah.
Real PRDPs.
Ah, that's just fun for everybody.
It certainly is.
Yeah, I can't believe that there is just. Oh
No,
No.
I'm not ready for whatever.
no.
Did you have enough for today? Yes. Drew saw something real bad. He has turned his mic off and is currently plucking out his eyes Oedipus style. He has just seen something equivalent to being given the knowledge that he has killed his father and fucked his mother. Mostly accidentally, but a little bit on purpose. Because, I mean, you'd kind of remember what her voice sounded like.
It is.
Drew, give us the news. What's going on?
It is so much worse than Pooh Girl.
Do you need a minute?
No, I'm going to show you and you're going to join me. No, I can't. I don't like it. And honestly, if this is a real person and not just like a troll or something.
Yeah.
Because it could be a troll. I don't know. The caption is my daily protein shake.
Uh-oh.
And it is a horse dick that has come into a condom and loaded it. And then
just gargling it.
Oh, here's another one. And then there's people that are like, oh, you are so lucky. Damn, that looks like a tasty cum shake. Bet it tastes different to man cum, but just as nourishing. Like, and
It's full of protein.
I mean, the profiles are all women. I mean, it's obviously not women. But like, so much. I would love to drink every drop of that and have more, please. I want it too. And there's so many people that liked it, retweeted it, and reposted it.
Yeah.
And bookmarked it.
Oh, I love a bookmark.
At Creature Craver is the Australian beast lover and taboo RP slow replies, extreme content, 18 plus, no minors, fantasy account, read pinned, my god, and then just some alpha big horsecock one, which is some furry artist. Yeah, some furry artist. And oh, that's stop motion?
Sick.
That's oh, I don't care for that one. Yeah, and just everything is about like horse dicks.
Yeah.
And I don't care for this. Oh, what are you doing?
What are you
doing? Well, anyways, I think this podcast has hit its peak. I think maybe we should just stop doing podcasts.
I think we did a good
Let's
job.
move on to something else. Did you ever find anything as gross as me?
No, I was just waiting to get back to it. So do you want me to go with another picture he's retweeted or his following?
His following.
He's following 4,900 people.
Wow.
Basically hit the maximum.
Wow.
Because doesn't have 5,000 followers himself, and I don't think he can follow more than 5,000. Who has... I mean, Wait, do we have any mutuals?
Me. Mutuals. Zara and Softpaws. Interesting.
3 mutuals.
I don't
Wait,
recognize any
have
of them.
we... I swear to God, we've done this before.
Really?
Have we've...
You got led back to a person we already did?
Does the armpit sniffer...
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think so.
What are the fucking odds? That's amazing.
Just so everyone's aware, I did almost throw up.
You weren't doing good.
I was genuinely very close to throwing up.
Yeah, that hasn't happened since Pooh Girl. Because that one almost got you too.
I don't know which one's grosser. Drinking a condom full of horse cum or just pooing on your feet and putting them in your mouth. I mean, they're both equally as disgusting.
Neither are great.
Is this a bad time to tell you I need to go in the bathroom and jerk off?
Drew, it's never a bad time for that.
Okay.
You can always go in the bathroom.
Well, I'm
and
going to
jerk
go do
off.
I just can't understand.
All right, so I found my way to a Japanese account,
Always a good start.
which posts gay reading furry wrestling art. For example, this. Just two muscle daddy tigers having a grapple.
Which one's you? The submissive one?
No. This is not a creep of the week. This guy's just having a good time. You got furries, you got wrestlers. Who's getting hurt?
Here's an AI image of Ariana Grande kissing a horse.
Nice. I mean, it's so crazy that that there are such reprehensible things. I guess reprehensible. They're bad. And I find them disgusting. But with like a few tweaks, they're fine. Like the Cruella and Pongo picture does not do anything for me.
No.
But if you anthro Cruella down and anthro Pongo up, to where they're both just like bipedal anthro animals and they're fucking great.
Rock hard.
I mean, I'm not mad at it.
Yeah. Are you mad at this?
Yeah, I'm mad at that. I'm actually, Drew, I'm going to say I'm super mad at that.
Oh, okay. Well,
if you could describe in detail the picture you just showed me. If you could describe in no detail the picture. If you could describe the picture you just showed me without using the letter E.
I saw a girl who was full of a
hoof animal penis?
Adult pony.
Yeah. Okay. Oh God. I almost just want to apologize to Olivia right now. Say we'll do Utopia next week because we are, no matter what happens, and we've had some fun on this podcast. We are not beating adult pony. That's in the top one.
I'm not even done. I want to keep going.
I'm sorry. Please continue.
Adult ponies. Big part in no, can't do that.
Spot? Place. No, I can't do place.
In
Location?
No, in the ass.
No, in ass.
In ass.
Yeah.
With a normal pony.
Yep.
In tummy.
Nailed it.
It was really hard to get around horse.
I know.
I was like, fucking what a
But you could
stallion. I'm like, yeah.
You could not have found a better way than adult pony.
Adult pony.
That's the best.
It's a girl with a horse cock up her ass, and she's pregnant with a baby horse.
Well, that's what happens. I mean, that's just nature.
Not in the butt.
Wait, it was in the butt? Oh, well.
The dick was in the butt.
Well, no, that makes
because
sense.
it already
had
don't want to hurt the baby.
Vaginal sex with her.
Don't want to hurt the baby.
Impregnated her.
Well, and also once you have vaginal, what are you gonna do? Have vaginal again? That's disgusting.
The very idea of having vaginal again.
Again. I don't even want to have it the first time.
You got to amp it up. So,
haven't laughed that hard since I was a little girl. I got a couple tears. Like I teared up a little bit.
I'm not gonna find anything better.
No, keep going. This is a fun game.
This is a pretty fun game. So that last one was definitely not a creep. That was just a guy doing fun, gay furry wrestling art. I'm gonna see what at Gay Goo Cat has to offer. Some furry porn, some furry not porn.
Okay.
For example, just like a white kitty cat in a dress shirt and suspenders on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire.
Oh.
With the question, what is God's role in human suffering? A, unaware it is happening. B, aware but unwilling to stop it. C, aware but unable to stop it. And D, deliberately caused it. Drew?
D?
No, you sure? You have all your lifelines left on the board. You got Ask the Audience, you got 50-50, and you got Phone a Friend.
Is this one of those things where I got the right answer, but you're going to Regis me and Regis my norm, and you're going to talk me out of getting the right fucking answer?
I'm glad you're dead, Regis.
I'm glad Regis is burning in hell. Yeah. He deserves it.
For fucking
for
Norm
what he
Macdonald.
did with Norm.
Bastard. Can't believe it.
Gets the right answer. Are you sure it's the right answer? Because you might want to say one of the other things you said.
And I was like, oh
shit. Yeah, okay, I'll change it. I got you, bitch. You did have the right answer. I'm not giving you $1 million. You gamble it away, although it doesn't go to him. It goes to the charity or whatever. So in theory,
we just stole from a charity.
Stole from a charity.
Yeah.
Oh.
A lot of pics of muscly cats in underwear.
And none of them are you?
I mean, this one basically is that's basically me.
That's what your face looks like.
The rest I don't know. The rest I'm not so sure.
Oh, I would like to put my phone down, but also
never put it down again.
This is very funny and also very disturbing. I don't care about the animated all you want. Fine.
Hold on. This guy is also following a Furry Steve, which is I think a joke I made when we were announcing like fake people attending one of our super shows.
Oh.
Yeah. And I used the picture of the of the autistic Asian guy from Texas who has a coyote suit with the Confederate flag on it.
Yes.
The picture of him and Josh together.
Yes. Furry Steve.
And furry. Yeah, exactly. This is hardcore gay porn. I guess he's Furry Steve, not because he's a furry, but because he has a lot of body hair that appears to be getting matted with cum on a regular basis. And I'm not loving this. That can't be. Wait, am I?
Are you Furry Steve? You just realize you're Furry Steve?
He's okay. I guess it's okay. I guess it's well hydrated pee. I thought it was the biggest cum shot of all time. Yeah. Okay. No, I've made sense of that.
Okay, good.
That's enough of you.
You solved the mystery.
That's enough of you, Furry Steve. On to Mr. Huge Load. Which is with nearly 1 million followers. Following 52 people. He keeps it tight.
Yeah. Well, I would imagine that a lot of those people aren't going on Twitter to like actually interact with anyone. They're just there to retweet things.
I mean, this guy's making content. You got a million followers. You're fucking making content.
Yeah.
You're not just retweeting. I've been informed that Mr. Huge Load is in the top 0.3% world 100 emoji, fire emoji, huge cum loads, squirt emoji / pride flag.
Oh, as if we needed the pride flag at the end. I think all those other things are just the same as your pride flag.
You can make big cums and not be gay. Or can you?
Mm-mm.
No?
Mm-mm.
So that's why mine trickles out like Terry Schiavo drinking buttermilk. Because I'm so straight.
Yep. You nailed it.
This is like a lot more. This is a lot more hardcore gay porn and less fun furry stuff than I was counting on. But I guess that's the risk you take when you play real-time Creep of the Week.
Real-time Creep of the Week. Yeah. This has been the most fun we've had doing it in a long time. I hope people are very happy with the things that transpired over the last 55 minutes. I almost threw up. I shocked Scott with the accuracy of drawing.
I'm like, wow, that's exactly what dog dicks look like. Yeah. Way to go, artists.
Wow. I still can't believe I found this girl who's married to her dog who has 29.5K followers.
It's a good number
and is
of
only
followers.
Following 69.
Damn. Nice. Oh, that's very intentional too. I like that.
I honestly just cannot believe how much beast stuff there is.
This has got to be
out in the open.
just right out there. Just looking you right in the eye when it shakes your hand.
It does.
This has got to be our best second podcast of the day ever. Yeah. This is a pleasant surprise.
Oh, here's that video of that woman making out with that wolf that we always send Kelly.
Oh, that one's great.
That one's great.
Is that the one where like the dog puts his whole mouth over her head, basically?
Oh yeah.
I think,
and then we don't hear from him for a couple hours.
I think this is very timely, unless I'm wrong. I'm pretty sure like Tommy tagged me and Kelly in that like yesterday. But now I can't find it. Oh, there it is. No, pardon me. Today.
Oh.
God, he really puts his whole... That's a big wolf. Or very tiny woman.
I mean, it could be both.
But yeah, it gets her whole goddamn head in his mouth. And then... and then Tommy tagged the people involved and said, me next. And then someone replied to that, I must know them. Replied to Tommy saying, Big Cat Scott Henson referenced ? And then a bunch of like New Year's related emojis. But why? Well, they follow me. So thanks to you. Anyway, do you want to talk about Utopia? We've had our fun.
I guess we have to. Can't keep going like this forever.
I mean, we could.
I mean, I'm still finding things as I'm going. Like,
are you still learning new things about yourself and Twitter?
Would you like an actual, like, wholesome, nice thing?
I think I could use that refreshing lime wedge. That is a good stack of AI dogs. Yeah.
Good boys.
Just actual, like, just a
good boys all around.
A canine pyramid. None of them are having sex or have visible genitalia.
Oh, well, except for this one.
Except for that one. That one.
That one is.
I actually am going to go to the bathroom and jerk off.
I like this one.
Just a big Great Dane walking in.
Sees a butt.
Great Dane's gonna Great Dane. So yeah, I'm gonna take care of some men's stuff in the bathroom.
Dudes only.
I'm gonna have a dudes rock moment, and if you can hold it down for a minute, that would be excellent.
I can't look at pictures and talk.
Well, you might have to. Just for a bit. I'll be back in a second.
Oh man.
I drank too much of my big new mug. You're doing a bad job.
Oh, I'm sorry. I don't know. Am I being naive that I didn't know all this existed out here, and now I'm being exposed to it all at once, and I'm kind of uncertain on how to handle it? I feel like too much information was given today, and I don't know how to deal with what I'm seeing. Twitter is an awful place. I don't like the amount of freedom everyone has to just do what they want. 'Cause there's too many people that are into too many things that should be illegal. There's just I've gone through profile after, and then following people following that profile, and then just more profiles after that, and is everybody on Twitter into weird sex stuff? I mean, I know the answer. Everybody is. I'm on Twitter and I'm into weird sex stuff, but just it never ends. Oh, look, you're done peeing out your ass.
3 pumps, 2 seconds, bingo bango.
Bingo bango, no more punk, brother.
I don't think you're naive. I think that there is... I am shocked at the amount of just straight up bestiality on Twitter.
And like all porn in general.
Yeah.
Like I can't, and like there's tons of AI stuff.
Yeah.
But then just like, yeah.
I didn't even bother mentioning it because what's even the point? But I did find like an AI animation of a rubber tiger railing a rubber dog. And I just breezed
and then
by
you said, and then you sent it to Kelly to establish dominance. This is gonna be you if you don't.
This
don't
is
behave.
how it works.
You don't behave is how it's gonna go.
This is the hierarchy.
Hey, how about this? Just full on right on Twitter. Just anybody could stumble across it and just.
I have never been a think of the children guy.
Oh, here, just
except when I
get it in there.
Except when I think of children.
Think of the children.
But like kids can go on Twitter. And they could just get whatever.
What is
Have you found something new and fun?
Hit me up on Telegram. Ooh,
yeah, baby.
I'm gonna do it. I don't like it, but I'm gonna do it. How do you look up people?
I think there's just a search.
Oh no, I found it. I'm sorry. I thought it was like a group chat thing that you could like just.
Oh, it's just their
jump in and see everything.
Their Telegram account.
It's just their Telegram account.
Yeah.
Which I'm not.
Shoot them a message.
Which I'm not overly interested in, if I'm being honest. When you're posting pictures of like this. I don't.
That's fun.
I don't think
big titty anime girl wearing a crop top that says "I fuck dogs."
She also liked the Pongo Cruella DeVille picture.
Damn, Pongo Cruella is making the rounds.
Making the rounds. So that's like the fourth time I've seen it. Oh, I'm seeing too many things that are. Maybe I'm gonna have a tummy ache later because of all the things I'm seeing today on Twitter.
Because your tummy's so full of cum.
Because my tummy is so full of cum.
Oh, your cum?
No, my poo is full of cum.
Yeah, of course. How'd that get in there?
I've never even seen that before. You sure this is my poo? It's definitely my cum, but is that my poo? Oh, here's Daphne and Velma. Just go.
See, if Daphne and Velma were part dog and Scooby was a little more
human
anthro, then great. That's fun for the whole family. That's just smut.
Ooh, here's some.
What I like is fine, and what other people like is disgusting.
I'm seeing some cannibal cupcake postings, which
that's my girl,
which I like.
Classic.
The OG.
Yep.
The OG.
She invented fucking dogs.
She invented fucking dogs. She invented gayness. Because once you see your fucking dog, you're like, well, I'm never going to be able to do that. No. I'd better just get a guy to do it for me.
I better just get a guy with a Bad Dragon dog dick wearable.
Those exist, don't they?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know.
Ask me if there's a cat.
No. Because they don't have the molds to make it? The molds keep breaking?
They couldn't. They couldn't hold a cat down long enough to get an accurate mold.
I don't think we're doing Utopia. You just wouldn't sit still, would you?
Very fidgety.
How would you even get the mold off? It would be stuck on.
That's true. It doesn't lend itself to a mold. I think we got to talk about Utopia.
Yeah, right.
or else we're in a whole mess of trouble.
Should I? Okay, I'll stop trying to find things on. I'm just gonna keep going back until I'm away from the bestiality porn.
That's a lot of backs. Still going, and a back, and a back, and a back.
All right, I'm back. I'm back to normal.
They just won't sit still.
So,
So, how are you doing?
I don't know. My heart hurts. So Utopia, 2020, 2021?
Well, let's see.
Oh.
This was requested by Olivia in order to help with cat vet bills, which I very much appreciate, along with the very important money part of the transaction. Olivia writes, watch the entire first season of the British 2013 TV series Utopia.
I watched the wrong one.
Do not watch the 2020 American remake.
Sorry.
I took you up on part of that, but not all of it. I watched the first season of Utopia, but it was in fact the 2020 American remake because I love John Cusack
And Rainn Wilson. I think he's in it.
Fun. So Rainn Wilson would be the black guy. Oh, did they whitewash Ian?
I think they did.
Oh, love it.
Although I don't actually know for sure.
Although he could be a bad guy too. And who's Cusack? Is Cusack Dugdale?
I think they changed their names. Let's see what I can find here.
And I feel like Gillian Flynn, who wrote Gone Girl and Sharp Objects and whatnot, like I guess wrote or like adapted this, which you would think would make it better than it apparently was, because apparently it's bad.
You don't say.
Yeah.
You don't say that an American remake of a show would be bad.
I think this is the first bad one. Because what?
Oh, I gotcha.
Yeah, The Office, good.
Everything's been good before.
And I think the only other one was The Office. So batting 1,000 up to this point, they fucking shit the bed.
I'm going to say that Rainn Wilson...
He's gay?
No, he's Poonhound. Dwight fucks.
Dwight fucks.
Actually, Dwight very much does fuck. He fucks a lot in that show.
He actually does.
He Pam's bridesmaid girl.
Yeah.
Angela. Is that? But I mean, still, like,
but that's the most pussy a person that autistic has ever gotten. So he's kind of their king. Drew points at himself.
And he gave like a disgusted look.
Me.
I don't know. I feel like they maybe like changed a bunch of stuff. Cause like they all have different names.
Yeah.
So, and like the characters.
Well, we're not going to understand British names like Ian and Becky
and Wilson.
Those are crazy.
Yeah.
Rainn Wilson should have played Wilson. It's right there.
Shit. Yeah, it's kind of hard to tell who's.
Yeah.
I feel like I don't know.
It's all right.
Anyways, enough Rainn Wilson talk. Although I love the man.
He's a good man. So we watched series.
Even you corrected it. Earlier you were like, nope, series.
Well, here's what's annoying is
we're British.
The whole thing
is a series.
Is called the series.
Yeah.
But then each season is also called a series.
Yeah, I don't know.
That doesn't work for me.
It doesn't work for me either.
That's gonna be a no for me, dog.
That's always a no for me, dog.
Has the creator of this, Dennis Kelly, done other interesting stuff?
Yeah,
Or
he's David E. Kelly. Same guy.
Oh, so he's done a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
Ally McBeal, that's a good one.
House.
Hoose.
House.
Big Little Lies.
Yep, that's the one.
That's the one with too many women in it.
That's the one with too many women. Let's see. He
did 2010's Matilda the musical.
Cool guy.
He actually has.
He's a theater guy.
He is a theater guy.
Television, Smokes,
Not that much.
Utopia, The Third Day, which is
he's written a bunch of theater.
I feel like The Third Day is a thing somebody told me I should watch, and I told them,
That sounds
executive producer Brad Pitt.
about right.
It's HBO, so I should watch it. You should watch it. You watch everything HBO.
I should. Oh, there's it's a Jude Law show. What have I heard?
Jew Law? That's a weird show.
Well, there's only one. No Palestinians. HBO 2020. Jude Law drama mystery horror. Maybe I will watch The Third Day. Do people like it? Reception.
I don't know. People told me to watch it, and I don't watch TV. So
76 on Rotten Tomatoes. Metacritic 68.
That's what you're supposed to say. It's on TV. It's HBO.
Drew, let me tell you something.
Okay, I'm listening.
And listen very closely.
I'm gonna.
Because I'm only going to say it a bunch more times. It's not TV. It's HBO.
Sorry. My bad.
All right. So the actual show we watched, British series Utopia 2013, and I consider myself up on British TV. I had never heard of this.
I don't think I'd ever heard of it either.
Yeah. I guess it wasn't huge at the time, but
well, it's Channel 4, right?
Yes.
Which, is kind of like a lesser known British thing that
it's not the BBC.
No. But it's the same station that did Black Mirror.
Yes.
Yeah. So I guess it did get some traction, but I feel like the stuff that if it's not on BBC,
Big Black Cock,
it doesn't normally come across the pond.
Sometimes not.
Right.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's probably why we never heard of it.
Yeah.
Also, because
this also could be a Black Mirror, if Black Mirror did a season.
They did a season, yeah.
This,
or I mean,
is in that vein.
You probably could have condensed it down into a Black Mirror, but you'd have to cut some characters.
Yeah. Yeah, you could. It could be Could you do it in 90 minutes?
You could do it in 90, probably.
Yeah, you definitely have to trim some extraneous stuff.
Yeah. I watched this spread out over, 12 days. And I was sleepy for a lot of it, and I didn't take any notes. So
great.
Let's see how much of this. Well, look, listen, it's the busiest time of the year for me.
I heard it's the most wonderful.
It is not. It fucking sucks.
With the kids jingle belling and everyone telling you be of good cheer.
It's the kids jingle belling and everyone yelling at you because you don't have cranberries.
I guess also that.
Yeah. So we'll see how much I
with the kids jingle belling and everyone yelling you are a queer.
I hope they don't think I'm Rock Hudson.
No, they think you're Gore Vidal.
That is correct. I am Gore.
You're goddamn queer.
I'm Gore. Al Gore. Super duper ethereal. Anyways, so there's a bunch of people who are comic book losers. Don't look at the comic books over there. Those aren't mine. I'm holding them for a friend.
Oh. What friend?
I don't know. My comic book friend.
Who's that?
Scott. Not you, Scott. A different Scott.
I don't know him. He's from Canada.
A different furrier, gayer Scott.
I believe half of that.
Gayer? Furrier.
Furrier. It doesn't get gayer than me.
So yeah, there's like a graphic novel. Are we gonna go? We're not gonna go episode by episode, are we?
No, no, I don't think an episode by episode plot summary.
Although the opening scene of the first episode is very cool, good, and like, I think the reason why I don't watch a lot of television, or HBO, is I kind of feel like it takes too long to get into stuff. And if somebody tells me like, oh, like, see, you know, episode 3, it's like really good.
Yeah.
And I'm like, cool. So I have to sit through.
Oh, I gotta watch 1 and 2.
Well, I have to do 2 episodes that you don't think are good.
Yeah.
So that I can get to the thing you think is good. It does not really lend itself to me spending the time to watch it.
What if I told you they kill a kid in the first scene?
This fucking kicks off right away. Like, literally,
Murder a kid.
Yeah, the opening scene
scene
is wild.
Yeah.
Yeah. So some guys show up at a comic book store with a Post-it note that just says Utopia manuscript on it.
Yeah.
They slam it down on the desk. And the guy's like,
I sold it.
Yeah, I sold it. Shit goes sideways.
Yep.
There is, as we said, a murder of a child.
Yep, it was one murder was much sloppier than the rest. It was the first one. You'd think if you're gonna open with that, you can just kind of go carte blanche, or to quote what was that shitty show after Euphoria, The Idol, carte blanche.
Carte blanche.
Which is a thing that was said in the show, and I don't think ironically. I just think everyone involved was too stupid to know
realize
that it was said a different way, which you gotta love.
100%.
Shout out to Barry Levinson's creep-ass kid. So the first person in the comic shop, they just like conk over the head with a pipe, blood everywhere at the end. But then the rest, they're very careful.
Yeah.
They
lay down some plastic sheets, lay them down, blow them in the brains.
Yeah, they have like a gas canister and a face mask thing, and they say it. They've clearly, having brutally murdered the first person, clearly the rest of the people in the comic shop don't have a lot of faith that things are going to go well. So when they tell them, it's just good. When the murderers tell them, we're just going to put you to sleep because obviously we're bad guys and we can't have you awake. But then it just it kills them.
Yeah.
So they do that to like the.
Oh, it's chloroform, not JK.
Yeah, it's poison. Yeah, so they kill one other comic shop customer, and then the guy behind the desk, and then they're leaving, and then the creepier of the two murderers, although they're both pretty creepy, the less put together of the two murderers, spots a kid hiding under a table, and he's like, "Hey, bring the gas back,
get over here."
And that was the cold open.
Yeah.
So
and then right into like the opening credits.
Yeah, the theme music really grew on me.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, I was like, oh, I mean, and because it's basically the same opening and closing, and like because they would always do like a hard cut close.
Yeah.
And what are you doing?
I'm sitting up.
Can you? Oh, you did. Yeah, and it would like. Hard cut to the music and credits, and I was like, oh, I like the vibe of it. It's like it's very driving music and like kind of hectic, and it fits the show very well.
It's like it's a little unsettling.
Yeah,
like it feels like it's tonally off or something.
Yeah, I agree. So then they tell us a little bit about this manuscript. There's one thing mentioned that didn't pay off nearly enough because I got very excited about it because they're talking about this comic manuscript and saying about things being represented by animal-human hybrids, and I wrote that in all caps, but never really got anything. There's like a couple of pictures in the comic thing are sort of that, but it's not anything really. So I hated it and didn't like it, and Olivia, you did a bad job.
You know that we like full anthro, and you're giving us not full anthro.
You're giving us Cruella and Pongo.
Not what we asked for. Nobody asked for that.
No. So yeah, they give us a little exposition. It's basically just present day UK.
Yeah.
They've maybe amped up a bit because they were saying how food prices have doubled in the last 6 months. I'm like, oh, what sort of crazy science fiction is this?
Future.
Imagine if that ever happened. You bastards.
You bastards. You motherfuckers.
So yeah, so there's I don't know, there's like an online like IRC Usenet group, another even older reference, who are into. So there is this existing graphic novel called the Utopia Experiments, done by some guy in an asylum who went quite mad.
The ravings of a madman.
Yeah. And so now there is a volume 2 that was never published. And the original was published like in the 80s.
Yeah, way before. Yeah.
And there's a second volume that was never published, and there's only like the original manuscript floating around. This comic shop had it. They got it from a guy. He got it from a guy, and the comic shop sold it to a kid. And there's this Usenet group with these various nerds. There's a woman who's like going for a doctorate. There's an IT guy. And they're just and some like sort of rich guy who does not have a large role in the in the show, as he is murdered very quickly. Yeah. So the nebulous bad guys get with. Oh, and so they're so one of the people in the group says let's meet up, and they're like, no, that's against the rules of the group. Never meet up. This is just online bullshit. Just stick to RP. And he's like, well, I've got the manuscript for volume 2, and they're like, shut the fuck.
You fucking liar.
Okay, we'll meet up.
Yeah.
So then 4 we're gonna meet
we're gonna meet up.
5. Dead guy, Becky, Ian, Wilson, Grant.
Yeah.
So 5 we're gonna meet up. 3 show. The rich guy doesn't, as he is murdered immediately. And the Porsche driving girl fucking cool guy, 22-year-old cool guy, is 11 and is a liar, but he's not lying about actually having the manuscript because he bought it from the comic store, who didn't know what they were what they had holding on to. So so there's this kind of nebulous Illuminati-ish cabal of
the network
of bad guys who it wasn't completely just unexplained and nebulous. They gave its origin basically. It was originally like as a counter to Russian bioterrorism. It was the West's counter to that, but it wasn't based in any nation and wasn't like traceable to anything. And sort of because of that, they could just kind of run wild.
They get around the government
and do whatever, and just sort of became the Illuminati. And
like because is there talk at some point about like they want to contact MI6, and they're like, well, MI6 can't do shit because they're like,
they don't know anything.
They're so much like bigger than this. Like they can just, if you tell MI6 and it doesn't mean they're gonna stop anything, they can just get around them, right? There's that's how much control they have.
So so we've got one sort of conspiracy theory survivalist guy named Wilson.
Kumail Nanjiani's brother from The Big Sick.
Oh, so it is.
Yep.
Very nice. Who has like he's a bunker guy.
He's a bunker guy.
So
he's Chris Goodwin's favorite kind of person.
Yep. Who's to say what kind?
Well, ask Chris Goodwin. Call him up. See what he says.
It's what is it? It's like 5 a.m. his time,
He'll be awake.
he'll be thrilled to hear
He'd
from me.
he'd love to hear from you and then say the word he loves to say.
He would. I mean, if I called him, he would answer and say it, but I'm not going to.
Oh.
Yeah, so there's Wilson, the conspiracy guy, Ian, regular IT guy, who they multiple times mention lives with his mom, which is
Yep.
never ends up mattering. Yeah, something happens with like Wilson's dad ends up getting killed.
Yep.
But that was never an issue, him living with his dad. But yeah, so they're... Yeah, and eventually the kid, Grant, who got the manuscript, hooks up with them, but very, very quickly, because I guess everything's monitored by the network or whatever, and so they get wind that the manuscript is somewhere among these people. So basically, just like at the drop of a hat, all of their lives are like completely uprooted. These two murder guys get they track them to like Wilson's bunker. The other two get out, they get Wilson, they do a little torture job
he's
Wilson.
He's a real Brian Danielson by the end of it.
Yeah, so the torturer he explains it, he's like, most torturers do have like a sort of an MO or a part they focus on.
A signature.
I'm an eye guy. So here's some chilies, some sand, some bleach, and a spoon. And in order, I'm going to rub chilies in your eyes, rub sand in your eyes, rub bleach in your eyes, and then scoop them out with a spoon. And he does all of that up to and including scooping out one eye.
One eye.
At which point he's saved.
Yeah.
Because the torturer gets killed.
Yes.
Other guy gets away.
The
other guy who I end up loving. He's an awesome character.
Yeah.
Arby. So so Wilson's fucked up, and then like all of the Ian and Becky, the other two, are immediately framed for crimes.
Sexual predator or like child molester.
Rape of a child under 13.
Rape of a child under 13.
Yeah.
I don't know that you need 13. You can just say rape of a child. But yeah.
Just to be clear, it wasn't borderline. It was a kid.
Yeah.
So yeah, but they, I guess their powers have limits. There was no evidence.
Yeah.
But they were arrested and in jail briefly, and then got out, and then have to get on the run. And then this new bitch who seems like she's seen a lot shows up, and he's like, her name is Jessica Hyde, and she's like, yeah, you better go on the run with me, or else you're all gonna be dead really soon.
Yeah.
So things go on. We learn that she is she's the daughter of the artist of the manuscript, and you said earlier you have never heard the word manuscript said
so many times,
more times in one 6-episode series,
just constantly. And I believe it was always like they need to find the manuscript. Where's the manuscript? Have you seen the manuscript?
Yeah.
And like, yeah, I get it. It's a manuscript.
What? Sorry, what was it? I forgot.
I don't even know what you're looking for anymore.
So so her dad, the artist, was part of basically a 2-man team who, I guess, largely headed the network.
Yes.
Yeah. So he was a brilliant doctor who then lost his marbles.
Went a little cuckoo.
Yeah. And then the other person is known only as Mr. Rabbit. So that's, I guess, where you get a bit of rabbit-human hybrid pictures in the thing. But, like, again, nothing. If you're watching it for that, don't fucking watch it.
Trust us.
We know.
You don't want it.
We're experts. Who and no one has the identity but the Grant, the kid who got the manuscript, says he thinks that it had a name in the volume 2, but he can only remember its It starts with L. And so P.S. Grant also gets framed for a school shooting, which is crazy. I love which was done by Arby, the one of the two murderers who is still with us. I love the way he shoots. He does like a real quick thing and like holds his free hand in front of his face of it. So I don't know if the implication is just to not get blood on his face,
or he's afraid of
or
the
if
gun.
he just like can't stand But he's a fucking kill shot though.
Yeah.
He never misses.
He's a regular Swerve Strickland.
He's a real Will Smith and Suicide Squad, not the Suicide Squad. I got no time for James Gunn and his problematic tweets from 12 years ago.
Yep. What a bad guy.
He should never have a job.
What a bad guy.
Also, the tweets were funny.
Funny.
Legit. So there was that. Because there was also a reason for shooting the school. It wasn't just to frame. Because Arby had a contact at the school. Maybe it was just cleaning up the contact.
I feel like it was just cleaning up the contact.
Yeah. And then, hey, bonus, we can frame this kid for murdering like 8 people at school. As it
happens.
Yeah. So the kid's on the run too. Just before this, I guess after this, he is hanging around another school. Meets a girl, kind of makes friends with her. Follows her home like a goddamn creep.
What, you're supposed to not follow home the girl you like?
Follow her home at night.
Yeah.
And then just stand over her bed after breaking into her house.
That's what you got to do.
How else do you show a girl you like?
Exactly. That's how she knows you're serious.
He was serious.
He was very serious.
But no, he didn't actually have bad intentions. He just doesn't understand social conventions because he has a shit mom.
Yes.
And they like looked at the comic together, and I think he knew it was dangerous by this point, or maybe because he obviously didn't want to put her in danger. So maybe he didn't so much. Maybe he just left it with her because she liked it, and he said he would pick it up later. I think it was just that.
Yeah.
So anyway, he leaves it with her, so he doesn't have the manuscript on him. So so Jessica Hyde takes him to go get the man because and basically the manuscript is the MacGuffin of the whole thing. Like, Jessica Hyde wants it and has been looking for it basically her entire child and adult life. And obviously the network is all after it too. So they get to the girl's house. Arby has beaten them there.
Yeah.
And because they were interviewing her about the school shooting because they knew she knew Grant. And they had like a social worker with him, and then Arby comes in just to the questioning at the police station, so he's got access. Yeah. And he's like, do you have this manuscript? And she's like, yeah, I guess so. He was like, well, we're taking a ride to your house. And then he takes a ride with her mom, and the social worker or whatever to their house. He very quickly blasts the social worker just in the face. And then...
unimportant to the story.
Yeah. Which puts everyone on edge a bit. A little bit. And says, hey, give me the manuscript, or I'm going to do the same to your mom in front of you right now. Mm-hmm. And... Jessica Hyde and Grant the kid are have just retrieved the manuscript from under her bed, and were hiding so as not to be a part of this,
to be blown away.
But Grant did not want his new friend's mom to get blown away in front of her, so he yells to the guys like, "Don't do it! I've got it!" And then he blows her mom away anyway.
Why not?
And then they sort of make a deal, let the kids go. I give you the manuscript. Jessica takes a few pages out of it, so it's incomplete, gives it to Grant, says, protect her with your life, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. Kids get away. Yeah. Arby gets the rest of the manuscript, has the opportunity to kill Jessica, doesn't.
Coward.
Which is
weird.
Up to this point, out of character for him, because he has killed fucking everybody.
And with no even remorse.
Not even thinking
just
about
like,
it. Second nature. Oh, yeah. Yeah, sometimes it doesn't even look.
Yep. So, very strange.
Yeah. So clearly something more
Yeah.
there. What else? Becky's bangs are horrendous.
I mean, everyone's British. They're all ugly. No, looker in the bunch.
Let's be clear. They're all British.
All British.
So we're grading on a scale.
And one of them's a Chris Goodwin fan.
Yes. Oh yeah. So and the first day that Grant broke into his new girlfriend's house, and he asked if he could sleep on the floor because he couldn't go home because they'd be waiting for him.
Mm-hmm.
I said I was really hoping Grant's little girlfriend would be brutally murdered after he woke up after using her laptop that night, but it was not to be. Only her mom was.
Only her mom.
Just
a dead mom.
Such a disappointment. I wrote at the end of episode 2, full family murder, which would that was there was that whole family tied up. What was the context of that? Or it was just a house they ran into and to hide. It might have just been that. And then I
don't remember that.
Yeah. Anyway, it did end with like mother, father, 2 children all just getting iced. I think Arby brought the gas in for that one. Yeah, and they sort of cover up all the murders because they come back to the comic shop thing and said, "Oh, everybody died. It was a gas leak." So I guess they cleaned up the one bloody one and left the gas guys.
Yeah.
Yeah. But clearly they have a lot of resources at their disposal. So yeah, and then the other important character is a guy at the Ministry of Health,
Mm-hmm.
who
is ugly as shit.
Yeah, he looks like his name is Dugdale.
Yep.
Michael Dugdale. Works at the Ministry of Health. He and his wife were trying to do IVF, but I guess he got bored of that one day and fucked a Russian prostitute and got her pregnant.
Mm-hmm. And then fell in love with her.
And you never fall in love with them.
Never. You never trust a woman.
And so the network
has been blackmailing them.
Yeah, so they use this to their advantage and are blackmailing him, saying, "Hey, we'll tell your wife about the whole baby with a Russian whore thing." And he's like, "Oh, please don't do that. I guess I'll be doing what you say." So they get him and the ministry to, because he's in charge of like vaccine orders and all that, or is partially in charge of it. So he basically tricks the current minister of health into ordering $80 million worth of vaccines for the Russian flu.
The Russian flu,
which is nowhere. No, there is no need for these vaccines. And then it obviously that's a hard thing to hide. So everyone's like, "Hey, Minister of Health, why did you spend 80 million pounds of taxpayer money on a vaccine that nobody needs?" And he's
for
like,
a thing that's not even real.
And he's like, "Yeah, you're right. I guess I'm fired.
I guess my job is done."
And he is replaced with a network guy.
Hey,
he was a good bad guy. I liked him. He was very sinister. Is he still around? Did he make it through the series, or did he eat it at the end? I'm trying to remember.
I honestly don't remember.
I think he might have made it.
I can picture his dumb face.
Yeah. Big potato face.
Big potato face.
Yeah. So they're I like the way the whole plot with Dugdale came around, because they get him to do everything. He ends up accidentally fucking the Minister of Health, getting this new guy in place as the new Minister of Health, all that. And then getting vaccines and all that, and there's a fun sort of reveal in the last episode that the reason for that it was him, actually 2 cool reveals. Like he's they really They really gave this poor guy the business. So the first reveal was that the reason he, as opposed to anyone else, was sort of their chosen guy being blackmailed, all that, was that when a new vaccine is rolled out, it was a little convenient, but someone in the ministry, but not the minister. So like some other civil servant in the ministry, and pretty much always had like the secretary in charge of procurement, whatever, has to test the vaccine in situ 24 hours before the actual rollout of the vaccine, which is why they had him, and then we're just going to fake it because the vaccine was not what it said it was, as we'll get into in a minute. So that was one fun reveal. And then the second fun reveal is that the pregnant Russian prostitute was neither pregnant nor Russian nor a prostitute.
Yeah.
That was fun. Because there's a part, I guess it's in the last episode, where they where Ian, one of the civilians who got roped into this, basically breaks in at gunpoint to Michael's place because he feels like because the last he saw Michael, they all got, well, the police were all waiting outside of Michael's place and Michael is a good guy. Like he's succumbed to blackmail, but his intentions are always good. Yeah. He never turns or anything. But yeah, last time the gang was with Michael, they Grant got arrested, the kid, and the rest like narrowly escaped or whatever.
Right.
And so Ian gets back with Michael at gunpoint. The prostitute is there because originally they were blackmailing him by saying the prostitute was in jail for a murder that they did, that they framed her for. So Ian was getting Michael to tell him where the warehouse where the vaccines are. Michael gives him an address, and Ian says, pull it up on Google Maps on the computer. If it's not a warehouse, I'm gonna blast your face off. Yeah. And then he gets in close to the computer, and it was their correct address, by the way. Michael wasn't trying to fuck him. The prostitute gives him a sweet double axe handle to the back.
Yeah.
And then just starts speaking in full English, no accent. And he's like, "You're not Russian?" And he's like, "What about the baby?" I'm like, and she didn't even have to say. She's like, "Well, come on, dude. If I'm not Russian, don't you think most of the other stuff is probably a lie too?" And then he yanks the rug out from her, and she cracks her head and dies. Fun. And then Ian's like, "All right, you're cool. Let's go. Let's go burn down the warehouse."
You kill a lady? That's cool.
Yeah. That is really what it took to get him back in his good grace. So I'm like, all right, you can't be all bad if you're killing a lady.
Yeah, if you're killing a lady. Lied to you. A lady who lied to you? Come on. She deserved it.
Just going through notes in the first few episodes, rocking some child mass murder in the cold open. I love it. Yeah, so this episode 3 started with the school shooting. That was good stuff. Oh, I noted there's a... Because like you find out about like the new one person, the one good guy who can help you, like the food tester scientist, and there's a lot of oh, thank God I finally found you, and then the other person's like, I don't know what you're talking about. And they're like, what? And they're like, oh, JK. I just have to say that to be safe.
Yeah.
That happens like 4 times.
Yeah.
Happens with Milner, happens with the scientist.
Yep.
And all that. So so everything ties back to this like pharmaceutical company, basically, which was I guess also the author of the comic and the mysterious Mr. Rabbit were also involved in. And so I guess and there are all these conspiracy theories that like they were basically responsible for a mad cow.
Right. Mad cow. Yeah.
Yeah. For a second, I'm like, what? The way they're talking about it, it seems like a large news event that I somehow don't know. I'm like, what the fuck is BSE? I'm like, and then, so I will admit I had to look it up.
Oh.
I know. Because I only really ever hear of it as mad cow.
Yeah, that's
not
true.
bovine spongiform encephalopathy. Get out of here, nerd.
Nerd.
So yeah, and then they also basically invented a Huntington's Parkinson's type disease called Deal syndrome, which Becky, one of the gang, her dad had, and she and the interesting thing is, like, it was basically given to her. Anyone who's ever had it, like, had some connection to the pharmaceutical company.
That's right. No,
yeah, but even though he was like given it not from birth, it is passed down genetically because she has it too. So the one, the health ministry guy, Doug Dale, one of the "this is the one person who can help you" type people he was turned on to was this guy at this food testing company, who used to do higher level things, but was then discredited because he found out that that SARS never existed.
Yeah. Oh.
That was sick. He was just like, no, it was just like a few non-connected respiratory infections, and there was literally no SARS, and like they totally made it up. And then they discredited him with hookers and cocaine, and that was actually a funny line. And he's like, I can't believe that it did that. I'm like, well, I did like hookers and cocaine. And so yeah, but then that guy turns out to be kind of shady, and Michael goes on a whole like an incredible journey to the island where they're starting the outbreak. With all kinds of it eventually like cuts off the finger of a dead person, so it can be tested, and then and the scientist is so shady about testing it. He's like, I'll get this going, and Michael at first is going to stay. I'm like, yes, that is what you should do. You should stay and never leave the premises so you can verify everything that's happening. And then he's like, well, it's going to take a couple of days. Like, a couple of days? And he's like, fine, I don't know, come back at 1. So then Michael goes and gets lunch, and then comes back at like 12:45 as the scientist is like about to run out the door, and Michael's like, hey, what the fuck are you doing? And and so the guy's basically gonna screw him, just I guess because he found what he expected to find, which is bad for him, because him knowing that is bad. So he was just gonna like sell it back to the bad guys and move on with his life. And then we find out that this scientist is also involved with Becky, the woman with who also has Deal syndrome, who is sort of blackmailing her with drugs to stave off Deal syndrome, sort of, if she can get in the manuscript, because I guess he also wants to sell the manuscript back to the people up top. Because I think fairly early, maybe in the second episode, I wrote, wait, Becky's bad? Because there's one point where, because she's just been a civilian with no involvement up to this point, and then one point she like goes off by herself to a payphone, and she's like, I think we're gonna have the manuscript. I'm like, what? But yeah, it's not like she inserted herself into this. She just happened to have a connection with this scientist guy. So what else do we got notes wise? Do British people call Indian burns Chinese burns? Did you catch that?
No.
Yeah. I guess they don't have Indians.
They got Pakis.
Drew.
I said it.
We made it so far. We said nothing bad this whole
Chris Goodwin. You got in my brain.
We dealt with no controversial subject matter whatsoever. We did a good, clean podcast, and an hour 48, you fucking blow it.
God damn it. You got me.
We're starting again.
The whole thing?
Yes.
I don't want to look at that porn again.
Dump it.
I do not want to look at that porn again.
Yeah, so I thought that was interesting, and it was a thing I don't know, but I guess they don't have. I guess they don't have Native Americans in England. Who knew?
Who would have known? Well, no. At the end of the New World, they take her there,
That's true.
and she doesn't fit in, and then she dies after like less than a year.
Yeah.
Yeah. So maybe that's why, because they all die.
Ah,
They get all those diseases.
didn't even have time to give you a burn.
No.
Second question, and this may be a source of some controversy. Do Welsh accents sound as retarded to other people in the UK as they do to me? Because Becky's fucking accent.
Yeah, it's bad.
Yeah.
It's bad. Yeah, it's weird.
It's the for Little Britain fans, it's the only guy in the village accent.
Yes. Well, and it's because English, like proper English, isn't necessarily their first language.
Yeah, their
for a
first
lot of
language
them.
is some nonsense business where the only vowel is Y,
Yeah.
and sometimes you just have 17 consonants in a row. But some of them make vowel, like 2 D's makes a vowel.
Yes.
I hate it.
2 D's is an A.
I hate it. I hate it so much.
Well, that's because they're a dumb country that shouldn't exist. Bomb them out of existence.
I don't think that's a thing you should say.
Oh. Well, I'm talking about the good ones.
What?
I don't know. I'm tired and low on energy at this point. I'll say anything.
What else we got? This show really does go hard, killing a girl's mother right in front of her, and just an offhanded threat to Dugdale. Not sure it would be a shame if your wife got raped after we told her you had a kid with a Russian prostitute. It sure would be a shame if we brutally raped her. I'm like, damn, this is a pretty cool show.
That's the next step up.
So then we sort of get the, and I use this with the largest of air quotes, the bad guys plot, which is, so they manufacture the Russian flu and get everyone panicked about the Russian flu, and then get everyone, so they're using the UK as a test for the world. And get everyone vaccinated, and the vaccine does nothing for the Russian flu because the Russian flu does not exist, and everyone who has died from the Russian flu has just been chemically poisoned.
Yeah.
And what the vaccine does is it sterilizes 90 to 95% of the people who take it, because the world is massively overpopulated, and in a few decades, everyone's going to be starving, everyone's going to be fighting over resources, and it's completely unsustainable, and that's completely correct, and this is a very good idea.
A great idea.
No, and they even said, like, look, we're not, because first they thought, like, oh, the vaccine's going to kill people or whatever. No one's getting killed. No one's getting genocided.
Still get to live your life.
Yeah.
Just no making babies.
Having a lot less kids.
Yep.
And yet, and they did say the one downside, which is the first generation of this, when there's so many old people and not very many young people, you better be rich if you're an old person, or else you're pretty fucked. That's true. But also, it's the only way the human race can survive, so you gotta do it.
Are they gonna start in certain areas first and then spread out from those areas?
Maybe.
Because I can think of 3 countries off the top of my head that maybe we do 100%.
Okay. Not even 90-95.
Nope.
Just go across the board. Hey, this is your last generation.
Yep.
China, India, Australia.
Australia.
Yeah.
Wow, that's your third. That's your number 3.
Yeah,
Joke's on you. That's my number 1.
Fun. Yeah, so I say, so the bad guys are bad guys because they have an extremely good idea.
A great idea.
Yeah. It's one of the least evil plots I've ever heard.
It really is.
Yeah.
They're saving the planet.
Yeah, so, and Wilson, agrees with them.
Yes.
So he's sort of actively working against the group. And I'm like, okay, I'm glad at least one person is siding with them, because I really hope this isn't supposed to be portrayed as a legitimately evil idea. Now, the people with the idea, they do some bad shit. Like they, I don't know, shoot a girl's mom in front of her.
Yeah.
The girl's probably going to be messed up for a little bit.
school shooting.
Do a school shoot. Yeah. So like their thing is,
greater good.
yeah, like any means is justified by the end. They're like, hey, we don't love that we're doing these brutal murders, but it's to save the world and we have to do whatever. Because like sort of big bad guy at the end when they've got, because Grant's been arrested, like we said, and they're missing a piece of because there's a like the manuscript is incredibly intricate and there's tons of shit in it, and they're missing like a several numbered code that they need, and they know Grant has seen it and they need to put him in, and he's like, oh, look, we here's your mom on camera, give us a wave, Alexi. Guy standing beside her at the supermarket waves, and he's like, look, I don't look, do you think I would feel good about having your mom brutally killed? I don't want to do it, but this is the kind of shit we got to do, because we are a results driven company. That's what we are. That's what we do. Look, you may not love it, but you're gonna thank me in a few generations, which I agree with. Yeah, but then I got confused, but they did explain it, because I'm like, why exact? Because the bad guys are after the manuscript as much as anyone else, and I'm like, why exactly do the air quotes bad guys need the manuscript? Their plan is literally being executed as we speak, and nothing seems to be left to chance. The good guys mainly want it to find out who Mr. Rabbit is, because they're going with the cut the head off the snake theory, and if we kill the big guy in charge of it, the rest there'll be some trickle down economics, and there won't be an evil plot anymore. Yeah, the good guys mainly want to find out who Mr. Rabbit is, but the bad guys presumably already know who Mr. Rabbit is, which they do. And so I ask again, why do the bad guys fucking care about the manuscript? So the reason is so there's this molecule they've named Janus, which is a Greek god thing, who I assume they already had, and that was involved in the vaccine thing. But the vaccine appears to be largely guesswork and may or may not work. But what Jessica Hyde's father, the author of the manuscript, had, that's like cold hard science, and no one else has been able to figure it out. Like, this will get the job done, and they don't have that information. So they want that information to if they have that, the vaccine, or however they choose to distribute it, that'll work 100% effectively. That'll do exactly what they want, as opposed to maybe it working. So that's what they're working with now, is maybe it'll work. So that was at least explained. Oh yeah, before the reveal of the fake pregnant Russian whore, Michael and his wife bargained to get her released from jail, because Michael's obviously got more information. He basically has all the information on the vaccine now and knows what they're doing. So they're like, and the wife, I guess the wife really wants a fucking kid, given the IVF stuff. Basically, like, yeah, we'll take you. Hey, Russian whore, we'll take your kid and we'll raise him. And like, she was like, it wasn't even like compromise. She was like all in. She was like, I can't wait to raise our whore baby. Yeah. Then we got a bunch of Arby stuff. I wrote Arby's kind of an awesome character. So yeah, he is this emotionally dead. So he was raised in the system of the network, basically. Arby is not his name. They trained Arby as a small child to do unspeakable things and then rewarded him with raisins and nicknamed him RB, Raisin Boy. And so he was asking one of the heads of the network, who there were kind of two head guys, and you'd think one would be Mr. Rabbit based on their position. And one guy was like, yeah, you're in a shipment from from Bulgaria, and I think your name was Pietra. So that was cool. Yeah, and so then Arby and Jessica Hyde get together, and how does it go down? He like leads her back to like one of the network play where apparently where he was raised, and he just cold ass shoots a bunch of people on the way there, but she's okay with it because they got things to do. Because he had the manuscript and that's where he left it, and he was giving it to her basically, and then and on the way in, set the place on fire, which is an interesting way to go. And then basically gives her the manuscript, and then she takes it out through the fire, and he hangs out. And it basically comes out that I don't know if they're blood relative siblings or just were they were ostensibly brother and sister because they were both brought up there by an evil scientist who then went crazy. And so she's definitely his blood daughter, and maybe Arby is too. I was unclear what they meant by sibling, if it was literal or not. But any main parts I missed? Oh, and then the one other, like, this is the only person who can help you is a woman in MI5.
MI5,
named Milner,
yeah.
Who I think they did too much will they, won't they with her, like, heel turning. But they almost made a joke of it one time. I think in the last episode where, because we had last seen her when, because her son was given deals also,
right,
by the bad guys.
Yeah.
I guess the whole deals thing was just a test. And she's like, yeah, they know I know. And because she helped Ian not get discovered one time when Ian stupidly wanted to go see his brother because he likes his family. She's like, yeah, so they that like triggered stuff with them, so they're gonna come kill me and my son, even though my son's has like a week to live anyway. But the next time we see her, they the bad guys have got Jessica and the crew with guns on them, and then Milner comes in and we're like, oh no, she was a bad guy, and then they beg her to let the little girl go in the other room so she doesn't see more straight up homicides right in front of her before she turns 12. And then she does, and then Milner shoots the one other bad guy there. Just like, I don't know what I have to do to prove to you people I'm on your side. But then spoiler, then at the end she's Mr. Rabbit.
Yeah, it's dumb.
So and then the one red herring before that is like the main older guy who's in the big mahogany office the whole time. It would certainly make the most sense if he was Mr. Rabbit, but also it's too obvious because of script writing that he's Mr. Rabbit. He's the guy getting Grant, the kid, to write down the last part of the code that he's seen and they haven't. And Grant likes, because he's left alone, he like snaps off a part of the laptop, and then when the guy gets close, he stabs him. And the one piece of information anyone had about Mr. Rabbit was he angered the Chinese, and they carved the Chinese symbol for rabbit into his like torso. And then after Grant killed the older guy, his like shirt was up a bit, and you saw these like scars. I'm like, oh, I guess the guy who logically, not in a surprise or script writing sense, would be the most likely to be Mr. Rabbit is Mr. Rabbit. But that's a red herring. He did that to, I guess, should the occasion arise, trick people into thinking he was Mr. Rabbit. But it is, in fact, Milner, the MI5 woman. And I don't know. Some of it was a little twisty for twist's sake, because Jessica has finally got the manuscript. She's cornered by Milner on a roof, and Jessica's like, and the manuscript is also, in addition to having like all this important information, is also personal to her because it's the last thing of her dad she has, even though her dad is clearly an evil guy. Although I had a pretty good idea.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So
a lot of evil guys have good ideas.
Really?
I don't know which ones, just some of them.
Name one.
Ceausescu.
Fair. Which of course is Chinese for Hitler. So against her better wishes, Jessica sets fire to the manuscript, and she's like, it's
gone.
Like I obviously want it, but it's better if this cabal doesn't have it, obviously. And then Milner shoots her in the goddamn leg. She's like, actually, we don't give a shit about the manuscript. We just knew that you would be the one who ended up with the manuscript, and we need you because your crazy dad put the magic molecule in your blood, and now we've got you in your blood. End of series, basically.
Yep.
Yeah. So it's so that's the longer than intended plot summary. Oh, I do like my last note. So she's the fifth element, because it kind of was that.
Oh yeah, kind of. Yeah.
I also wrote not loving the fifth Milner face/heel turn.
Yeah.
Did I get everything else note-wise? So it is, I like the cinematography a lot. It's, they do a lot of interesting shots. Like they do some POV stuff. They do, like, it's not boringly just like everything squared up, like chest up dialogue, shot, reverse shot, blah, blah, blah. It's like they do a lot with it. And I find that with a lot of British shows more than American shows. They get more creative with the filming aspect of it.
Well, if you look at any of the Black Mirror stuff, is like that too.
Yeah.
I think a lot of it too is the color palette was real, like comic booky.
Yeah, a lot of bright colors.
Like stuff. It was I guess it was supposed to look like that because you're like, oh, they're going for a like graphic novel thing. But the color palette was like, I don't know, like purpley or like magenta-y, and like there was like some bright yellows and some reds. Yeah. They really like popped on screen, which was nice. Especially because a lot of things I think filmed in the UK are very like
drab.
Yeah, like very like gray.
Yeah, you get a lot of Broadchurch.
A lot of Broadchurch.
Not that I don't love Broadchurch, but it's not the brightest.
It is not. It is not. And like we talked about the theme song.
Yeah.
I think just overall the score and the music and stuff was really cool. Yeah. Because it did have like a very like off-putting, unsettling, kind of like weird vibe to it, like a lot of like nature sounds, sort of, or like natural sounds that were like kind of distorted a little bit.
Yeah, like some like I'm like, are those mouth sounds?
Or like breathing sounds. Yeah, that were like,
but it really is unsettling.
Like heavy breathing at times.
Love it.
Heavy petting at times.
There's nothing more fun than watching scenes with Arby in with subtitles, because so many times it's square bracket, heavy breathing, square bracket.
Yeah
because I would describe him as deceptively fat. He's fatter than you think he is.
He's a chonker.
And yeah, like he's a mouth breather. And
Big time mouth breather.
Yeah, the first scene where he got real interesting was he was talking to like the two guys in the mahogany office, and he was like my murder friend. He's the person I've known. I've known longest in my life, and he just got blown away. Why don't I care? And the guy's like, oh, because you're different. I'm like, this guy's interesting. I like him.
He speaks to me.
Yeah. So that's everything for notes wise. I very much enjoyed it, and I am somewhat, how do I put this in a good way? I am somewhat baffled that it came from Olivia, because I'm hoping I can pull this up quick enough. Olivia is the person who brought us I don't know, the Misty Green Sky. Rap City Street Kids Believe in Santa. 2 animated Titanic movies.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, 1991's The Christmas Tree, and the list goes on. So I was somewhat taken aback by just a good season of British television that I found very compelling, and twisty turdy, maybe occasionally too much, but it never got annoying or completely away from the line of logic that the show follows. I would very much be down to watch series 2, Olivia, if you would care to make that happen. I don't know, Drew, would you like things to happen? Drew's shaking his head. Drew doesn't know where he is. Drew's just looking
Only if I have more time to watch it and in one sitting.
Drew's just looking at dog porn.
Because I would like to not struggle to get through it on the busiest 2 weeks of my life.
It was so terrible you got that money for it.
Yeah, I hated it.
So yeah, definitely liked it a lot. And I'm trying to think of I haven't been thinking about the act. I think all the acting was good. Honestly, yeah, the guy who played Arby did a really good job with a really weird character. Yeah, your Ian's and Becky's, and the kids weren't bad. Grant did a pretty good job. Yep. Anything without annoying child actors is always a big win.
So good.
Yeah. And yeah, like Milner was kind of one note, but was fine. Dugdale did a good job because he had to go through a lot of shit. He had a pretty harrowing story, and no whore baby. Very sad ending for Dugdale.
Terrible.
But yeah, like as far as like all the aspects of it, yeah, like looked good music, good acting, fun, like compelling plot. So yeah, if you're like me and think you know British TV but haven't heard of it, Drew's shaking his head just at the like me thing. Not a lot of people like me. Am I too unique?
Oh, they were saying people like you.
Oh, if you like me,
nobody likes you.
No, that I know. But if you're like me and fancy yourself a British television connoisseur, but Utopia has slipped through your cracks and into another crack, dig it out of that crack and watch it. And hopefully, I haven't heard anything about series 1 is great and season 2 is a piece of shit. So hopefully it just stays interesting like the first part, and that would be excellent. So Olivia, balls in your court, madam. And that's Fruitopia. It feels like 100 years since Fruitopia was brought up, and that's all on this podcast.
I hear there's no cock like horse cock.
Shout out to friend of the show, Pepper Coyote.
Friend of the show, friend of real life.
Friend of real life, yes.
Don't forget, everybody. Take care of your adult ponies.